Welcome to the AFC East Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight, analysis, and heavy debates on all things AFC East. From the best creators in the division, including Buffalo Bills creator Dan Mitchell, Miami Dolphins creator TD Finstock, New York Jets creator Richie from Jets Media, and finally New England Patriots creator Colby from Patriots Global. Make sure you catch the AFC East Roundtable live every Monday at 7 p.m. EST and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST on the AFC East Roundtable YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the AFC East Roundtable, your go-to news show for everything AFC East. NFL Week 12 is in the books, at least for all the AFC East teams, and we are going to be recapping everything that you learned from NFL Week 12. TD, what up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. A beautiful day. The Dolphins didn't even play this week, but yet we got one game closer to being in second place in the division. So we're going after our goals, being second in the division this year, and we think we can achieve that. But we're going to talk about it right here and more. I can't wait to talk about you guys' games from this weekend. Man, it was such excitement in the AFC East.
Such excitement indeed. Have Richie right there, brother, with the Vitamin Energy hat, my friend. What up?
You know we're rocking the Vitamin Energy hat because Vitamin Energy is a proud sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable, which we're really, really excited to announce, folks. If you guys did not check them out, I don't know what you're waiting for. You guys can get BOGO Roundtable. Buy one, get one free, folks. All right, so make sure you guys go check out them if you do not already. www.vitaminenergy.com. But we'll get into Vitamin Energy in just a bit. But I've been enjoying their product as well. Look at TD got the Vitamin Energy swag as well, because you get energy with benefits. You get 15% off with 15 Roundtable, or buy one, get one free with BOGO Roundtable. They are the official sponsor here of Roundtable Sports. If you guys want to get some energy, they sent me over this pack of a bunch of stuff, and I've been utilizing them. I took one this morning, and I'm feeling buzzed, baby. I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling wired. And if you guys want to support our sponsors, click that link in the description. Go to vitaminenergy.com and use the code BOGO Roundtable. You literally get one, and then you get one for free. You can't go wrong with that. A great way to support us here, folks, is by supporting the sponsors, and that just so happens to be Vitamin Energy. They'll hook me up with the swag as well. And the reason why we're going a little earlier today is I am traveling tonight, so the boys helped me out because I would not have been able to make the show tonight if it was at the usual time. I'm driving through the night to Virginia. So thank you to you guys for being flexible with your schedule so we can do an earlier show. So let's get into it. Colby, how you feeling today, brother?
Man, I can't say I'm great. We'll get into it, but it kind of feels like that game the Patriots played in a lot of ways was a loss. At least that's the way that Patriots fans are taking it. There's a lot to get into from that game, but a win is a win at the end of the day. I prefer an ugly win than a pretty loss, and I'd rather learn from winning than learn from losing. But hey, man, I hope y'all are ready for an earlier show. Grab your coffees. I know that I woke up not that long ago, so I know some of you probably also are just waking up a little bit. So let's get into it.
Good. Funny enough, right? Like having this show at 3:30 EST is perfect. You are going to see energy from Dan Mitchell that you have not seen in years. Yeah. As many of you know, I'm in bed by 9 p.m. with the exception of Mondays and Wednesdays. So now that we have grandpa hours on this show, man, buckle up, baby, because we're going to be talking a little bit of football. Let's go ahead and dive into the first game. That's the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans matchup. The Buffalo Bills ultimately ended up losing, dropping to the Houston Texans. Josh Allen was sacked 8 times, 3 total turnovers, and the Buffalo Bills, quite frankly, did not deserve to win that game. Now, I have diagnosed what is wrong with the Buffalo Bills offense, and surprisingly enough, boys, people are calling me crazy. People theoretically want me dead for me being able to point out exactly what is wrong with this team. And I would like to get all of y'all's objective opinions after I give you my theory. The top 3 reasons why Bills fans are saying that something is wrong with the Buffalo Bills side of things is, number 1, it's the GM. He has been unable to construct a good enough roster around Josh Allen. Number 2 is the quality of wide receivers. And number 3 is the play calling. be it whichever way you wish. All three of those things are uncontrollable right now. The trade deadline is gone. Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott are not getting fired right now. They are 7-4. That's not going to happen. And number three, as far as play calling is concerned, we have basically the exact same wide receivers from a DNA perspective as last year, in which that Josh Allen ended up winning MVP with. The reason why we have such a quote-unquote vanilla playbook is based off of personnel constraints. We can't utilize different route concepts because our personnel just doesn't have the ability to execute those. So essentially, what Buffalo is struggling with is outside of our control. There's no trade deadline that can save us. There's no free agent wide receiver that can save us. There's no coach on this roster that has any experience calling offensive plays outside of Joe Brady. What we have is what we have. And here's the deal. When you end up looking at efficiency and productivity of this Buffalo Bills offense, we are still top 10 in passing efficiency, surprisingly enough. We are still top 10 in running efficiency. We are still top 5 in points per game. So this offense is moving almost identical to what it was last year. As far as separation is concerned, dead similar numbers as of last year. Still 41% open percentage, which is the exact same rate that they were last year. We are experiencing less tight coverage in which than what we did last year. The only common denominator here, and this is surprising to me, why nobody is able to admit this, is the Buffalo Bills went from second best in the NFL from interception percentage all the way down to 21st. The Buffalo Bills went from 10th in turnover-worthy play percentage all the way down to 31st. The problem with the Buffalo Bills, ladies and gentlemen, is turnovers. Turning the ball over, shooting ourselves in the foot repeatedly, over and over and over again. It is beyond me why nobody is willing to admit the obvious. The problem is this team is coughing up the football. Out of the 4 losses we have had this year, we have turned the ball over 11 times. Out of the 7 wins that we have gotten this year, we have turned the ball over only 3 times. 0.4 turnovers per game in all 7 wins. 11 in all 4 losses. So that's the problem with the offense. It's not wide receivers. We're still able. We are still able to. I hate that trash can. You completely threw me off. You completely threw me off what I was trying to say. So that's the problem, folks. It's turnovers. It's not separation because it's just untrue. It's just untrue, man. It's not wide receivers. Untrue. It's not play calling. It's untrue. The problem with this team is the Buffalo Bills' propensity of being able to turn over the football. Thankfully, that's fixable. That is a fixable thing. That is the problem with this team. We went up against one of the best defenses in the NFL from a pass rush perspective. Same thing with secondary. We're not going to get that kind of personnel all and out. We regularly hear that the blueprint is out on the Buffalo Bills defense, or on the Buffalo Bills offense. But if the blueprint was truly out, folks, then we would not have won a single game this year, right? We would not have had 7 wins. You need a very specific personnel set to execute a game plan. So don't tell me that the play calling is too vanilla and it's predictable, because it takes a very entwined type personnel package to execute all of it. So problem with the Buffalo Bills is a massive increase in coughing the football up and self-inflicted wounds. I have all but diagnosed it. TD.
Dr. Dan.
Well,
it's wild to me how that's the last thing anybody ever brings up. And it's so clear. It is so clear. Go ahead.
They're not going to bring it up because quarterback position is the most coveted position in the NFL.
I know.
And people aren't even fans of their teams more than the quarterback these days. Some people are more fans of the quarterback than their actual team. And that's why you'll never get that, especially for a guy like Josh Allen, who is required to do everything. And at least he's required to do 80% of the workload on the offensive side of the football. And like I keep telling Bills fans, that's the problem. And you're right, Dan. Turnovers. You turn the football over, you give yourself a less chance to win. Not saying you can't win games turning the ball over, but you do drastically lower your percentage of an opportunity to actually win.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen forever has been a turnover king. He has one season not turning the football over, thanks to James Cook, by the way, who, runs the ball, keep the ball out of Josh's hand as much. That's why his stats were low, and he still won the MVP with lower stats. Just saying. But then he gets back to being who he is because you're not running as well and doing everything as well as you used to. So you need him to be, but he gonna turn the football over. And now he turning the football over. And everybody want to talk about the pressure or this.
It's nonsense too. Don't let them tell you anything about the pressure right now because his offensive line is creating the most amount of time before pressure. It's 2.9 seconds. That's plenty of time.
I don't buy into those things, right? Because like you said, Dan, that's a bunch of crap. At the end of the day, we know Josh Allen to be the guy that has to make a big play when nothing's there to be made.
Yeah.
Throwing a pick ain't the big play. That's coughing it up and hurting your team. And he's doing that more now. The man contributed 0 touchdowns in that game, if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't think he had any touchdowns, but he threw 2 picks. That can't happen. And you know what? Everybody throws picks. Okay, it happens. But we're still a little bit of a trend now for Josh Allen this season. And that's not good. Okay?
Yeah.
Getting a trend. So I'm no fool. The Buffalo Bills are still a dangerous team because you have Josh, and he can turn it up in any game.
True.
But the biggest problem is what I keep telling you. Stop expecting this man to turn it up 17 games. That's unreal. That's unnecessary. It's not possible. Yeah. No quarterback is, okay? Yeah. So you're going to run into these moments, and it's not good for the Bills. You got to stop relying on him. You got to say to yourself, if you're a Bills fan, okay, we know we got our quarterback, but let's make life easy for him. Let's build this team to win games. And not say Josh Allen the reason.
So then again, TD, so I do acknowledge that, but at the exact same time, I also need him to help himself.
But
like help yourself, right? Like, look, when you see all the sacks that he's taken this year, 67% of them are on him, his fault. So FTN Fantasy is saying like when it's a QB's fault sack, that means that they believe that he missed the guy that was open underneath or he refused to throw the football away. Like he's saying no to guys underneath and he's big play hunting for some odd reason. He didn't do that last year. Like he took everything in front of him.
I noticed that. But that was also a mode mentally where he didn't have to take chances last year because the run game was so good. You guys are still effective. Things aren't as good anymore. So he feels more obligated to make something happen. Yeah. And can we have a real conversation though, just real quick about Josh Allen? Is it time for Bills fans all around the world to just admit maybe he just isn't as good as you think he is? Only in a perfect situation when everything works, he can highlight himself. But whenever it's all just on him, he gonna give you some games, but it ain't sustainable. He not that kind of dude.
No, it's so I think that when he is at his best, he gets bored of it. So he gets bored of being the responsible quarterback. It's true.
Bored. Now you can.
Yeah. Like, dude, like last year, like we asked him to be the captain check down, like short dink and dunk type offense, and it made him an MVP. But then eventually he's gonna be like, oh, screw it, man. And so I gotta whip it down there in triple coverage and see if a guy can make a play. It's unfair to expect that from Josh Allen, but life is unfair. If you're a bartender, for example, and your restaurant doesn't have enough money to hire you a bar back, all right? Even if you go out there and make a bunch of crap drinks and you're still falling behind, you're going to get fired. It doesn't matter about the resources that you have. You're paid to be good, regardless of what the resources are. Any other profession, life is unfair. That's what we need from the guy right here. Someone saying, Dan, the numbers guy, just watch film instead of digits, bro. I watch plenty of film on all 22. Here's the problem, right? some of those reps where you're talking about, oh my God, nobody's open, that is such a small piece, folks. Like that's maybe like 8% of every single drop back, but they just weigh more in the back of your mind. So you think that is the conclusion of the entire game. The truth of the matter is all of these problems we're saying that guys aren't getting open, they are 12th in the league. 12th in the league, guys are open, but Josh is just saying no.
Well,
he's saying no to it. Like, as far as pressure, as far as Josh Allen getting sacked, like, yes, like he was sacked 8 times last week.
Does he see it? There's another question, though.
Exactly. Again, that's such a small portion of the sample size, but it just stands out to us more because it was negative. Like, we need to look at it collectively.
Dan, I'm trying to explain the difference here is the fact that he was more inclined to take the check down last year because James Cook put y'all in a lot of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 situations. Now he dealing with 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9. That's always been the recipe for Josh Allen because you're like Josh Allen can go run for 4 or 5 yards. And that's why it was so scary. Are they running? Is he running or is he going to check it down? And he would do the right thing last year. Now 3rd and 9, you get Buffalo in 3rd and 9. He may run, but he still might only get 5-6 yards. So that's a win for the opposing team. That's why he don't check down as much because he know at 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11, man, I need to make a play because I can't rely on this guy to get the extra 5 yards after the catch if I do check it down. So I think that's what's happening. Those down and distances are a little different this year, and he's feeling at least like he needs to make the 11+ yard pass when this whole league is built off of making the 5-yard pass and your guy going to get the other 5. So I think that's what's bothering him in reading it. He's looking at the down and distance saying, I got to get the actual first and not rely on somebody to make a play afterwards.
So, Colby, what is your thoughts of the Buffalo Bills losing as you sit there and like, wow, man, this is great. I get to run away with the division. The Patriots are on top of the world while there's so much problems over there in Buffalo. Yeah,
They need one more win. They got to get one more win before they can run their victory lap.
Yeah, they got the Giants next. So how about that? Colby, your thoughts of the Bills' loss?
Yeah, I think when we all previewed this game, we said we think Buffalo's ultimately going to win this one, but I did say that I did think it was going to be a close one just because the offense for Houston, especially without C.J. Stroud, just feels a little inept. That's really been their biggest struggle all year long, especially with injuries on the offensive side of the football. But that defense is arguably the best in the NFL. That pass rush is absolutely legit. And I thought that they were going to do exactly what they did to Josh Allen. Well, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think they were going to do it as good as they did, but I thought they were going to get pressure on him. I thought they were going to force him to turn the ball over, but I didn't think he was going to have 8 sacks against a top 3 offensive line in the NFL, according to PFF, have 2 interceptions, and have an overall rating of 67.4. Last week, when we talked about the Tampa game, I said, everybody wants to say that Josh Allen's back. MVP Josh Allen, who puts on the cape, who puts the team on his back and says, if you're not going to provide me what I need, I'm going to do it myself. And I said, yeah, he did it against Tampa, and I'm going to give him that credit. But 1 game is an anomaly. 2, 3 games, that's when we start to see a trend. And I wanted to see him do it against Houston because I said, if you can do it against Houston, then yes, that version of Josh Allen is back. And guess what? That version of Josh Allen is, in fact, not back. In fact, Josh Allen is a major reason, not the only reason, but he's a major reason on why you ultimately ended up losing this game. Because guess what? You got what you needed from James Cook. He went 116 yards. He gave you a touchdown. He gave you 6.8 yards per run. He did his part. He opened up the passing game for you. He opened up the RPO. He opened up the play action. But Josh Allen didn't do his job. He didn't not turn over the football. He didn't take care of it. He didn't make the reads when they were ultimately there. And look, I do think part of this is from a receiving standpoint. I do think that you do need another body. I do think that at some point Buffalo needs to genuinely address this offense and say, we're going to stop having Josh Allen just excel everybody past its limitations. I think we have this fake fantasy in our minds that when a team has an elite quarterback, you don't need to give actual help around them.
But Colby, like, here's the deal. No one's coming to save us.
Not this season.
Like, what we have is what we have. So, like, my question to you is, how does Buffalo turn it around this year? With what we can control.
I don't think there's a lot that you can do. I think it's just using your playmakers. I think it's seeing the check down, Dan. I think it's getting the yards after the catch. I think it's not forcing the ball down the field, because in reality, in totality, maybe if you run 12 personnel between your two tight ends, maybe you have a guy deep down the field that you can target once or twice a game. Maybe Gabe Davis gets activated to the 53 on a regular basis, and he's a guy you can try to push the ball down the field to, but you just don't really have that true playmaker that can thrive down the field. I mean, it was supposed to be Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman is exactly what I told you Keon Coleman was going to be when every single Bills fan was hating on me. Bro's been inactive for 2 games. I'm just saying. And so what you have to do is you have to start playing to your strengths of your offense if you're Buffalo. Use the check down. Use the yards after the catch ability, because Shakir, he has that yak ability, one of the best in the NFL. Cook has that yak ability. So until you surround Josh Allen with the playmakers to be able to push the football down the field, you don't have it right now. Start playing to the strength of the players that you have on your offense. But look, at the end of the day, Dan, Buffalo is going to face good defenses. And if I'm Buffalo, I'm very, very concerned. I'm concerned because when you're going into the postseason, you're going to play some damn good defenses. If you're going to play the Colts, they got a pretty damn good defense. You're going to play Denver, that's a pretty damn good defense. And I have concerns about Buffalo's offense against premier defenses. More specifically, I'm concerned about Buffalo's defense. I mean, look, 23 points to Davis Mills, a backup quarterback that is inaccurate as hell, gets the football out quick, but is inaccurate as hell, and you allow 23 points to that offense, you're going to be playing better offenses too. I have major concerns about the complementary football there in Buffalo.
And when it comes to Josh Allen, man, I feel like the blame game is going around this, and that. But like at the end of the day, what Josh Allen proved us last year, he is capable of elevating the guys around him. And I would argue last year's Buffalo Bills team around Josh Allen is pretty similar to this year's. I mean, that's Josh Allen. So that's why I'm not looking at, Khalil Shakir and, James Cook. Like, they both were productive. Cook had a really nice game on the ground. It's not like he's struggling all of a sudden. He averaged 6.8 yards per carry, had a touchdown, at a 45-yard run. So James Cook is doing his job. I'm not looking at the Bills and thinking that they have issues around Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen himself not playing to the standard that we've all accustomed to. We look at Josh Allen as an NFL collective, as an elite level quarterback, top 5, but he's not playing like that right now. And that version of Josh Allen is required in order for the Bills to have success. That's who the Buffalo Bills are. You have built your team to have this quarterback that you are Josh Allen. When we went to the event and we were in Buffalo, it's like Buffalo is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is Buffalo. Like, that's it. Like, I think the Bills may be the only team in the NFL, and if you guys disagree, let me know, that is as dependent on their quarterback more than anybody else. Like, I feel like there's
Mahomes too.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, but you can argue that, of course, but I feel like, Mahomes last year didn't have a 50 touchdown season and they went to the Super Bowl. Like, they adjust as a team where, like, when Patrick Mahomes kind of takes a step back and the offense isn't as elite, their defense steps up, their running game steps up, and they still win. Like, this is a sport of winning more than anything else. If Josh Allen was struggling statistically, but they were still winning, I mean, and let's also keep in mind, they are still winning. They're 7-4 in the playoffs right now. So it's not like they have a losing record and now the Bills are bottoming out right now. Feels like that in the moment, but that's not the case. I just feel like it's all on Josh Allen to play to the standard. You go out there in primetime football and you turn the ball over twice and you take 8 sacks. Offensive line did him no justice, but he's a guy that proved last year that he's capable of doing it. And if he did not have that on his resume last year, then I wouldn't be saying these things. But last year he proved that he's capable of doing it. And maybe something mentally is going on where he's not seeing the field as much as he did. He's not feeling as confident. He doesn't really know where his progressions are going. I'm not too sure what it is, but we're seeing the version of Josh Allen earlier on in his career. He still has that turnover-prone capability. So we shall see, but the blueprint is out with the Bills, man. If you go up against a tough defense like Houston, like Colby said, Denver, I'm sorry, you're losing that game if you're facing off against Denver in the playoffs. Like, I know Bo Nix is not good, and they barely win. They're one of the most fraudulent, great teams in the league, but that team is built to beat a team like the Bills, in my opinion, based off of their defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust. I still have the Bills making the playoffs as a wild card team.
Yeah. Maybe the Bills need a new quarterback now. It's that time.
No. It's
the writing's on the wall, right? Man. Josh Allen going to win Super Bowl.
One thing I like reminding everybody, I'm a Bills fan. So I'm a Bills fan, number one, and I'm a Josh Allen fan, number two. I am a Bills fan. So I expect perfection from this, but I expect perfection from what we can control. And when you ultimately end up looking at it, out of all the losses that we have had, all of it has a very similar trend. 3 or more turnovers. That is the reason why we have lost 4 games. Every single game, 3+ turnovers. It's not some crazy take. I believe this team can win as is, as long as Josh Allen can get back into him not turning the ball over. Why I'm giving him so much crap about this is because he proved that he could do it last year. I know that he can do it. You wipe away these 3+ turnover games, we could be having an entire different conversation right now. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Well said. All right. Well, let's get into the next game of the week. The real football team, those New York Jets.
Oh, you're in it, Richie. Jets. You were in it for a minute there.
We were in it, baby. You know what I mean? We were in it. Come on, Breeze, don't fumble. Oh, we're right there. Oh, man. But now in this game, it really just comes down to, the Jets in totality. The Jets are in evaluation mode right now. It's not really about wins and losses. It's about what players are really stepping up. Does Aaron Glenn establish a style of football? I'll tell you this Jets team is playing completely different ball than they did early on in the season. That game against the Bills earlier on, even against the Dolphins, compared to where they are right now, it is a complete shift in terms of shipping away Sauce and Quinnen, acquiring new players like A.D. Mitchell, John Mechie, and Brownlee. Like, there's a lot that you see the shift, and I've never seen a team do what the Jets are doing to get so much new talent on the roster during the season. Like, they're not waiting for the offseason to start finding their guys. Like, they're so proactive. They have been since August. They made those 2 trades for those 2 defensive tackles, remember? Harrison Phillips and Jawan Briggs. Both of them have been fantastic. And I looked at the defense in this game, and I don't feel like we're missing Quinnen and Sauce. Like, when we traded them away, I'm like, this defense is going to be trash. Like, I'm not looking at this defense feeling like we missed them. Those 2 are great players. They're going to be very impactful and win a lot of games in Indianapolis, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to be great for them. But from the Jets standpoint, it's obvious they did not fit this timeline. So that's that. The defense was really, really stout in this game in the first half, and then it was the penalties that hurt the Jets. 3rd and 15 on the opening drive. The Ravens, we get that penalty on defense, gives them a first down, and then right there is when the Baltimore Ravens started to get their juice, and then we kind of gifted them that. The Jets get aggressive on the next possession on 4th down. They go for it. Should not have done that in that situation. You give the Ravens a short field, another critical 3rd down penalty, which would have forced the Ravens to kick 3 points, but no, it's a touchdown. 14 unanswered points like that, and now the Jets are playing from behind. The Jets have a chance to make it a game. Breece Hall has a great drive, explosive play, gets them into the red zone, but then he fumbles the rock. The Ravens took it away from him, and instead of making it a 3-point game and giving this defense that's played relatively well all game an opportunity to make that defensive stop in the 4th quarter, which we've seen them do this season, it's not the case. Then it's a turnover, and then that's all she wrote. The good news is the Jets are evaluating a position of need, which is wide receiver. Without Garrett Wilson, you got John Mechie III, who is having back-to-back games with a touchdown. Really good production from John Mechie. I'm very impressed with him. He really looks like someone that we're going to have on this football team for the foreseeable future. A.D. Mitchell as well is getting comfortable in the system. He had 2 big catches for around 30 to 40 yards. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these 2 wide receivers, and it's just cool to see the Jets have their mold. Listen, we lost the game. If you look at the score, 23-10, and you didn't watch the game, you would think that the Jets just got absolutely destroyed and there's really nothing. But no, that's not the context of this game. You really got to watch it because the score does not really tell you all about it. So this was the first loss this season. I'm coming away not as pissed off and as feeling negative as I've done. Again, there's no moral victories in this sport, but the Jets aren't really in the business of winning right now. Obviously, wins would be great. I was rooting for a win. I would have preferred to win that game. But I will say, holding Lamar Jackson in check, holding Derrick Henry in check, seeing that progression of this team, having a guy in this defensive line, Jawan Briggs, who's playing like Quinnen Williams-esque in terms of getting sacks from the interior, that's a big plus. That's the guy the Jets traded for in August. He's looking fantastic on the defensive tackle position, and we have promising pieces around this team to build around. So, tough loss, but hey, you live to fight another day. The Jets are trying to find their brand and try to get to the offseason because that's what this team's about. Nothing really more to break down other than that.
So one thing I will say, I was impressed with the performance from Mechie and AD Mitchell. I did think that both of those two are going to be wonderful wide receiver 2s and 3s for you next year. Once Garrett Wilson comes back and whatever quarterback you decide to bring in via free agency, or maybe it's the Cuban Missile himself, Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. Who knows who it's going to be? But it's funny because you mentioned that it appears like the Jets defense is looking fine without Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, really hitting the nail on the head. It just goes to prove to you that sometimes specific personnel, no matter how elite, just don't fit into a specific system. In my opinion, I think those replacements are just being able to execute Aaron Glenn's vision for what he wants out of this defense in the first place. And I think you're going to see it even 5x in 2026. Curious to see. Very curious to see what that looks like.
And the big change at the quarterback position, obviously, the reason they went to Tyrod is they're in evaluation mode. They need this offense to operate like a real offense. And it wasn't elite, but you can actually have a quarterback that can give the wide receivers chances. So then when a new quarterback comes in, there's somewhat of an established offense in place. And I feel like Tyrod did a relatively decent job. He's not great. He's not going to light it up, but he was able to get the wide receivers the ball to make some plays. And I like that from Tyrod.
I love that.
TD, you can just say for a sentence and then we can move on. And then Colby, go ahead.
You're right. I'm over here thinking.
Go to them dastardly Patriots.
How can I make this 2 sentences? Listen, we know what the Jets are. Okay? Aaron Glenn's building his team the way he wants it, and it's going to take time. Right now, he's in evaluation mode. Obviously, you always play a game to win a game, but nobody has any expectations for the Jets at this point. You know, Tyrod did come in and give you all a better chance, if you ask me, to win. And the Baltimore Ravens, they just in cruise control. Good job giving them a little scare early, but outside of that, third quarter came around, they took off. I mean, it was pretty much that was it. At least to me, I knew that they were going to take control and win the game at that point. So that's all I got for you. You know, the Jets are building something. Hopefully they can mimic what the Lions did, but that takes some getting worse before it gets better.
Last thoughts, Colby.
Man. Yeah, I was honestly pretty impressed with Tyrod Taylor. Now, I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. I'm not saying he's a franchise or even a starting caliber quarterback, but I think he finally gave you just this level of consistency. He gave you this ground level that you guys really just needed because, look, I'd rather have a quarterback that's going to go out and put up a B-, C+ performance on a week-to-week basis than a guy who's going to put up an A+ performance, but then an F performance any given week. And then you don't really know what you have because, like you guys alluded to, that's really, really hard to evaluate what you currently have on your team, which is where the New York Jets are at. You know, 17 of 28 for 222, touchdown, interception, overall rating of 82.7. It's really not bad for Tyrod Taylor. You got more out of the passing game than you've gotten from Justin Fields. Unfortunately, you lost a dynamic in this game by getting rid of Justin Fields. You kind of substituted the passing game for you substituted the running game for the passing game because really you guys didn't have a rushing offense in this game at all. Breece Hall was averaging 2.8 yards per carry. Tyrod Taylor was averaging 3.8. Isaiah Davis was averaging 1.8. And so I think that's a major problem that you guys had. You have to be able to run the ball to open up the passing game, because if you're just passing the ball with no running game to back it up, then defenses are just going to play deep on you, and they're really going to take away, what you're doing there through the passing game. And so you guys were up, I want to say 10 points at one point. And I was like, wow, okay, the New York Jets might pull off an upset. Yeah, the AFC it might be shaping up really interesting to where maybe the Ravens aren't going to make the postseason. And then of course they turn it around and they get on you there. But hey, look, man, I thought the defense stepped up big time against Lamar Jackson, who is still coming back from that injury. He still isn't the same, but I think, nonetheless, it is still Lamar Jackson. It is still Derrick Henry. And Lamar only threw for 153. I mean, Derrick Henry only went for 64 yards on the ground. Lamar Jackson only ran for 11 yards himself. You held Zay Flowers, who was the leading receiver in this game, to only 58 yards. And the final thing I'll say is that I've always been a big fan of John Mechie. I hate that he's on the New York Jets, but I'm still gonna root for him. I'm gonna root for the Jets' downfall, but I'm gonna root for the success there of John Mechie. He continues to look very good for you guys. Not surprised about that in the slightest. I'm still not sold on AD Mitchell. I'm going to be honest with you. I need to see more from him. I need to see more consistency. Targeted 7 times, 2 receptions. Still needs to be better on that, but at least put up 42 yards. And so New York Jets, it's just time for the evaluation period.
And it's hard not to root for John Mechie. I mean, you talk about his story.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That's one of the craziest stories you'll hear. I mean, he tears his ACL at the end of his college season. Supposed to be a first-round pick. Then he goes to the second round. And then in the summer of his rookie season, gets diagnosed with leukemia. I mean, that is the worst possible way in terms of physically, mentally, like that you can have the most adverse situation to go into the NFL. Never had an opportunity in Houston. Gets to go to the Eagles. Never had a real shot. And now with the Jets, obviously we are really bad. So he's going to get his chance to start. And he looks like fantastic, man. He looks like the best receiver on this team outside of Garrett Wilson. So that's definitely a big positive in the midst of a negative season for the New York Jets. And I love stories like that. It's hard not to root for him.
Stories.
I agree.
Stories.
Competitive losing. Oh, Smoke Bob. Tony's upset with the competitive losses. He wants wins.
Fair. That's fair.
There you go. Competitive losing will turn into blowout dubs eventually, Tony. Promise you that. Josh Allen, 93 career interceptions in 122 games. That's 0.762 per game.
Interception ratio.
Tua in 57 games.
It's like 2-1.
57 picks in 75 games, 0.76 per game in career interceptions per game. Therefore, Tua and Josh Allen have the same interception pace per game.
Tua's lower, 0.76. Josh said 0.762.
0.762. Yeah. Someone was just like, and just briefly going back to that, somebody was just like, oh, Dan, like you can't ask Josh Allen not to do that every single game. Yes, I could ask him not to throw 2 to 3 interceptions a game. I'm fine if Josh Allen had 9 interceptions on the season, but it was 1 a game. That we've won with just 1 a game, dude. Yes, I think I could ask my quarterback not to throw 2+ interceptions for multiple games. Okay, thank you.
17 turnovers is crazy on average.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly think if you're a quarterback needy team, you can call the Bills or the Dolphins Tua, Josh Allen. What's the difference, right, TD? Based off that stat?
There's a 0.2 difference.
Well, how about those New England Patriots? 10-2 on the season. They continue to win in the same way every single time. They stink in the first quarter, but they win in the next 3 quarters, and that's all that matters. How about that? On the road, Drake May throws a pick 6, but the defense gets Drake May's back. They get a pick 6 of themselves, and then Drake May bounces back, and they're able to get the job done. No Jamar Chase, no Joe Burrow, but the Bengals were still fighting and clawing, and now the Patriots, hottest team in football at 10-2, sitting at the top of the AFC East. Dan Mitchell failed his hate watch.
Yeah, I saw him tweet out about that Drake May pick 6, and I was like, dude, how many interceptions did your quarterback throw on Thursday?
Man.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was just wondering.
Dude.
Ding, ding, ding.
First off, I was trying to will the Bengals to a win, baby. All right. Look.
How did that feel? Rooting for the Bengals.
Interesting, actually.
The Joe Burrow.
Colby, congrats. You're 10-2, man. How about that?
You're 10-2, Cole.
But at what
First
cost?
seed in the NFL, by the way.
First seed in the NFL.
The best
Crazy.
team in the NFL, according to TD Pats talk. Excuse me.
Obviously, they haven't had their bye week. That does play a factor, but
don't matter. Y'all got more wins.
So, but go ahead. First off, you said that it felt like a loss to Pats fans. That's an interesting statement. Why is that?
Look, man, I'll always say this. I prefer this team to learn based off of winning than learn based off of losing. And that's not the first time that I've said that this season, and that's not the first time that that's been true this season. And Mike Vrabel's actually even said that himself. It just feels like in every single phase, this team crapped the bag, and there's no such thing as an easy win in the National Football League. There's no such thing as a guaranteed blowout, but you're going up against the worst defense in the National Football League. I mean, I wanted this to be the first game that Drake May threw for 300+ yards in his NFL career. I wanted this to be the Patriots' 4th blowout of the season. I came into this game actually really, really excited because I said, I think this is just going to be a fun game watching the Patriots produce. I think there's going to be some big plays, maybe some young guys make some big plays here and there, and it's going to be a fun one. But that's not what it was, especially early on in this game when the Patriots went down, 10-0. And it just feels like the offense, the defense, the players, they just didn't come to play in this game. And then the coaching staff, it wasn't there. Some of the decisions that were there, the fundamental football wasn't there. The injuries that the Patriots sustained in this game, and I think that's the big thing, because if we left this game and the New England Patriots were completely healthy, I would have said, you know what? It's kind of like the Saints game, right? You played a game against a team that you should ultimately have beaten a lot more confidently. It ended up being a closer game, but you still won at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. We're not going to look at the end of the season and say, wow, you made the postseason in year one of a brand new regime, but remember when you almost lost that Saints game? No, nobody's going to be saying that, but it's the injuries the Patriots sustained throughout this game. The entire left side of their offensive line went down. We did get an update here on Will Campbell, Patriots rookie left tackle. He is dealing with an MCL sprain. The hope is that he will be back for the postseason. And so some good news there when it looked like he was going to be out for the season. And then Patriots rookie left guard Jared Wilson, who also got carted off, looked like he was going to be out for the season. He is dealing with a high ankle sprain that is going to keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. And so Patriots got some good injury news today, but it didn't look like that yesterday, especially when you had special teams ace Brendan Schooler go down in the game, not return. Kyrie's Tonga went down at one point. Morgan Moses, our right tackle, he went down at one point. Every key player for this Patriots team was going down. Keep in mind, Milton Williams went out last week against the Jets, and he's placed on injured reserve. And so injuries just getting to the Patriots, but the Patriots are 14 of 16 on fourth down conversions this season. That's the best in the NFL. They were on the 1 yard line and couldn't get it. They got stopped at the 1 yard line against the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, it pissed me off. It also pissed me off that the Patriots, with under 2 minutes, are driving down the field offensively left here in the first half. They're up by 4. They have an opportunity to go up by even more, punch into the end zone. They don't do it. They end up playing conservative. They try to drain the clock as much as possible. They kick a field goal. They go up by 7. Whatever. Cincinnati gets the ball to start the third quarter. You want to go up by 7. Make sure that you, even if they do get in the end zone, it's a tied game and you are not down. 28 seconds left. What do? They allow the Bengals at the 18-yard line to string together a 20-yard run and then a 15-yard pass to attempt a 63-yard field goal that ultimately ended up being good. So now the Patriots, who just extended their lead to 7 instead of 4, are now back down to 4 because they couldn't play complementary football enough, something that we really haven't seen from this team all year long. They're always so fundamentally sound. They're always so good in these situations, but unfortunately in this game, it just wasn't there. Now, obviously, Drake May did not have the game that we were hoping he would, at least early on. He had that pick 6. It felt like every pass in the first quarter was just inaccurate. It wasn't like Drake May. And it really felt like in large part was because of the pressure that the Bengals were getting from the interior of the offensive line. Drake May throughout the first quarter wasn't playing like Drake May, because Drake May is known for extending plays, getting outside the pocket, moving around in the pocket, right? That is what Drake May does. He excels the offense past its limitations. He extends plays. When you ask him to be a pocket passing quarterback, he's going to get a little bit jittery in the pocket. And because of that, his footwork wasn't there and he was a little bit off. But come the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second, that's when they started to calm him down. They started to run the football a little bit more. They started involving the 2 tight end sets with Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. And that's when Drake May started to turn things around. Look, it doesn't matter how you perform at one point in the game. It matters how you perform overall. And at the end of the day, Drake May had a 69% completion percentage, or a 69 adjusted completion percentage. He went 22 of 35 for 294 yards, 6 yards away from his first 300-yard passing game, 13.4 yards per throw, the touchdown, the interception, sacked 1 time, and an overall rating of 87.1. He put up over 300 all-purpose yards there offensively. And so, look, it sucked early on, but he got better, and he did his job as the game did continue, and that is ultimately all that matters. Patriots got Ramondre Stevenson back, and he looked absolutely terrible. Feels like this guy's going down at the first sign of contact. 6 attempts, 5 yards, 0.8 yards per attempt. TreVeyon Henderson, look, I've been someone who has said, I don't believe TreVeyon Henderson should be a lead back. That's not the type of back that he is. But right now, I don't see another back on this team that's going to be able to carry the workload. At this point, I think you have to make TreVeyon Henderson that lead guy, because he's showing you kind of the biggest pop that you have. But Hunter Henry, 115 yards. He had a new career high in receiving yards. Austin Hooper was second for the Patriots with 39. Biggest concern for me from a defensive standpoint isn't the coverage. I mean, Carlton Davis had 3 pass breakups, all of which coming on that final defensive drive. Absolutely clutch. Christian Gonzalez had a pretty good game too. Concerned me was the rushing defense. And I think we saw it got away from them a little bit against Tampa, where they allowed Tucker to go for 53 yards, the first running back to go for 50 or more yards on New England. And then against the Jets, they started to run all over the Patriots. And then in this game, Chase Brown goes 19 carries, 107 yards, 5.6 yards per carry. The first running back of the season that the Patriots defense has allowed to go for 100 plus on them. Milton Williams out of the mix. First game without him, what happens? You allow a running back to go for 100 plus yards. Coincidence? I think not. Dan, you asked me last week just how much of a loss that was going to be, and I told you it was going to be absolutely massive, and unfortunately, that showcased itself in this game. So, at the end of the day, again, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. They should have won this game more confidently. Yes, the Bengals were out some star players. Patriots were also out a lot of star players in this game, too. They got the win. That's all that matters. I do have some concerns moving forward, but I do expect that this coaching staff will adjust to get this Patriots team back on track.
Damn.
TD, Pat's talk. You have to be next before me and Dan for sure.
In the building.
I know. I don't have much to say about the New England Patriots outside of the fact they're the best team in the NFL. The Rams are a close second at this point. And like I've expressed earlier today, the reason why the Patriots, I'm so high on them is because they're still growing and they're still learning how to win while winning, which is rare. Winning while winning is that's a luxury, and they have it. The Patriots, Drake May did start out rough, but Drake May carved them up after that. You know what's interesting? Drake May is he doesn't have a number one target. I know he got a number one receiver in Diggs, but he doesn't have a number one target. Drake May allows the game to come to him. Every week is somebody different. Mac Hollins gets 100 yards. Diggs gets 100 the next week. Who was it this time? It was another guy. Who was it?
Ooh.
Like 115 yards.
Hunter Henry.
Now it's Hunter Henry. So this is what I'm saying, man. They do it in such a way where you're not going to watch film, scout them, and say, this is what we're going to take away. They don't. That's not the way they're built. They just playing good, sound football at every position. Obviously, they have some areas of struggle, but to be winning in those, and despite those areas, they're just going to get better and better, man. It's really a shame, to be honest with you. I was sitting back yesterday just thinking, Bills fans, Dolphins fans, Jets fans, it's a shame. Shame on us. Shame on us. We literally witnessed the dynasty die just to be resurrected. I think the dynasty might be back. You got a young quarterback and y'all doing this? Like literally, the dynasty might be back, man, because they got money and they're going to get better. Shame on you, Bills.
Yeah, but what about Josh Allen and the Bills? You can't leave them.
No, we done with them. They frauds. They definite frauds now. All right, they good. Y'all frauds. Then let's not get into. We already covered the Bills. Y'all are frauds. Like y'all done. Like you can be good all you want, but y'all ain't winning no Super Bowl.
So the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, okay, probably going to make the 6th seed. I want the 6th seed.
You think y'all making the playoffs?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all got 7 or 8 wins.
Oh no, yeah, they're making the postseason.
If they making the postseason,
yeah. We're gonna finish 11-6.
You're making no postseason, TD.
Y'all got 7 or 8 wins.
Yeah, we're gonna win 11 games.
Which one do y'all have? 7 or 8?
7.
Oh man, I thought it was 8. Y'all in trouble, Dan Mitchell.
No, we're winning 11 games for sure.
Y'all are in legitimate trouble. So you think y'all gonna win 4 of your last games?
Yeah, next 4 games we win.
Oh man, I can't.
Yeah, lose to the Eagles, and we strategically lose to the Jets so we could avoid the 5th seed.
Stop. This collapse is going to be
strategically lose.
You're already setting up the upset. We're gonna beat y'all fair and square.
Yeah. My ideal picture for the Bills is that I don't want to go to Baltimore for the first game. I would much rather go to Indianapolis or Jacksonville for the first game. So that's what I would like.
You are talking like a man that has no confidence in your team because you should fear nobody.
No, not at all. I'm just trying to
fear nobody if you believe in your squad. Line it up.
Dude, listen, man. I'm trying to put the Bills in the best possible situation. You know what I mean? 6th seed is the winner. 6th seed is the winner. I have the Buffalo Bills winning the next 4 and dropping the last 2.
So getting bounced by Denver in the first game? That's what you're expecting?
No, we'd play whoever wins the AFC South.
What's interesting, Dan?
Yeah.
You went from Oh, the Bills will get the first seed. Yeah, we'll have a first round bye. So now you over here jostling for the 5th, 6th, and 7th seed. Is that what we're doing? See,
but you know what? So it occurred to me, TD. I was just like, what has winning the division done for us? Like in the past couple of years, like let's try a wild card run.
Get you to the championship round. That's what it's done.
Let's try a wild card
in the
run.
NFL. You should want
Let's
to get
see if a wild card run works, right?
Oh.
Let's see if a wild card run works, because you know what? It's good because at least in the playoffs, like we know that we don't have any shit teams that we would play down to competition wise. So I know this Bills team will at least bring their A game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been sitting up here for weeks now talking about Pittsburgh Steelers will be the team that collapses down the stretch. The Buffalo Bills are officially in that slot right now, okay? They have nothing going for themselves. If Josh Allen ain't cooking, they not eating. It's that simple. And they putting too much on him, and he can't cook. Josh Allen can't cook, okay? He's done. I mean, he's still a good player, but him carrying a team, his days of carrying the team, you're going to get it like literally.
We have
in December.
So this team is 22-3 in December football since 2020.
So your point.
All right, let's make this about the Patriots.
Let's make it about the New England Patriots.
They don't want to talk about the top. That's all. They don't want to. You didn't want to talk about us when we were at the bottom. You don't want to talk about us when we're at the top. What's up, man?
So look, man, with TD, man, he loves just talking about the Buffalo Bills and bringing them into the conversation.
See, the Dolphins and the Jets been in the basement, but y'all were the ones that were supposed to make sure that dynasty was ended, and y'all failed. So now the big boys got to step up and take care of business next year. Miami.
So the thing is, it's going to be the Pats and the Bills next year. Again, it's not going to be the Jets or the Dolphins again next year.
Done, Dan. You ain't got no.
It's not going to be either of your two teams, brother.
Catch me in 27, though.
It's just going to be the Bills, and it's just going to be the Patriots for the next couple of years.
Catch me in 2027.
With 2027 with the Jets, watch out.
The Patriots already in the AFC. Right. It looks like they might be going to the championship round.
So how I look at this, solid win from the Pats. A gritty matchup. Left side of the offensive line, though, I'd be shaking.
Yep.
I'd be shaking in my boots, especially with what I saw the New York Giants front seven do against the Detroit Lions offensive line last week on Sunday. So I think that's going to present quite a few challenges. Luckily, their secondary is questionable. But solid win. Very, very interested to see how the rest of the season goes. But yeah, a win is a win. Don't apologize for wins, folks. Don't apologize for wins. Just take them and be proud. Richie, what do you got?
Yeah,
everyone I said they were going to get to 10 and you guys laughed at me.
Yeah, well, you got there. Now you're going to lose out.
You guys remember that? You guys remember when you laughed at me? Nah.
Kobe, did I laugh? Did I laugh, Kobe?
Well, yes, you did.
I have to go back and look
at the
film.
Who did not laugh?
You did.
Sleeper did not laugh. Sleeper did not laugh at you, Colby. That's why they are very reliable. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. If you guys have not checked them out by now, what are you waiting for? You guys can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using our code RTS. Monday Night Football is coming up. And then you have Thursday Night Football, of course. So if you guys want to go check out Sleeper, please consider to do so. That is with the code RTS. You get $20 for free when you sign up today. And don't forget to use the code RTS when you sign up. Folks, the link is literally at the top of the description. I will put it at the top of the live chat as well for you guys if you want to get a little bit more easier access to the great app of Sleeper Picks. Please make sure you guys go over there and check them out. If you did not already, great sponsor of the show as they continue to sponsor us here on the show. Now, moving right along, we have some games to preview.
Let's talk about it.
We have some games coming up next week. This is the AFC East Week 13 previews and predictions segment. If you guys can do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button on your way into the video. Subscribe to the AFC East Roundtable if you are not already. This segment is sponsored by, you already know who this is sponsored by. It's Vitamin Energy, baby. Vitamin Energy! You see how energetic I am? You see this hat? Energy with benefits, baby. You get BOGO Roundtable. You can get yourself a gift, and then you can get your friend or your loved one a gift just for one price by using the code BOGO Roundtable. If you guys need some juice, you need some energy with no sugar crash, they got everything you need. All right, you need to go after there, man. They sent me this pack, and I have so many options that I've been playing around with, and I've been having a lot of fun. If you can see how fast I am talking, it's up to 7 hours of energy. It nourishes the body. It's keto-friendly, tastes great, no sugar crash, extra strength, energy with benefits, man. We really do like to be partnered up with companies like Vitamin Energy that we aligned with. So if you guys want to go check them out, that link is in the description. Vitamin Energy, BOGO Roundtable for buy one, get one free, or you just want to get one, you get 15% off with the code 15Roundtable. That's www.vitaminenergy.com. And if you did buy your Vitamin Energy, please let us know in the chat. We'll give you a gigantic shout out. So let's get into these previews. Let's talk about these Miami Dolphins going up against the New Orleans Saints, kicking it off. TD, this is a big game. Your Miami Dolphins have a chance to run the table. They can get to 10-7 and just miss the playoffs and be stuck in purgatory forever and ever. Run it back with Tua, run it back with McDaniels, and reel all the Miami Dolphins fan base right back in. They're going to keep the same interim GM, and they're going to keep the same team next year, and it's going to be the same story. Just kidding, man. I'm just joking with you, man. I know Dolphins fans, it's all love from here, man. It's all jokes and games. I know you guys are a great football team. I know you guys know what you're doing. You guys know what you're doing. So I'll kick it over to you, TD. Let us know this preview. What do we need to know about this matchup?
You need to know that the Saints are a bad team, and they're about to travel on the road to Miami, okay? The Dolphins are fresh off of a bye, so you get guys rested. You might have some key additions. We're going to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to find out, but you might be getting Waller back. You might be getting Austin Jackson back. These are huge opportunities for the Dolphins to be better than what they've already been showing lately, because they have been a much more improved team as of late, in my opinion, at least. Now, here's the deal. The Miami Dolphins are going to be fighting as hard as they possibly can to make a last-minute run. And lucky for the Dolphins, they have a schedule that's kind of on their side. And a lot of people want to discount it. They're like, oh, they're done. But the truth of the matter is they just got to take it 1 week at a time. The Saints, again, this is a tricky team because you never know what you're going to get. But here's what I will say. They are coming on the road in Miami Gardens, fresh off of a bye. We will be the more prepared team. We will be the team that's more ready for this outing, in my opinion, especially since there's no travel involved. And teams that come fresh off of a bye, at least with Miami, we typically do very well, okay? In this game, look for A-Chain to be the workhorse. He's been bailing Miami out for weeks now. Look for him to pick up where he left off, but look for a massive game from Jalen Waddle. I like this game right here for him. Regardless of the matchup, it won't matter. He's going to be flying all over the field making plays, and we'll control the clock, and we'll get out of there with the W, okay? Right now, the team has their eyes set on the fact that the next 4 weeks are all winnable games if we play our best version of football. If we don't play our best version of football, we could lose all 4 of them. But we know what we're capable of when we're taking care of the football and playing our best. So with that being said, I'm going to bet on the Dolphins to actually play good football the next 4 weeks, get to a positive NFL record. I think that will put us that will put us at 8 wins. Okay. That will put us at 8 wins, more wins than losses, 8-7. And then, we're going to have to battle it out those last 2 weeks with the Bucs and the Patriots. But just depending on teams like Pittsburgh, Buffalo Bills, these are in Jacksonville. These are the 2 teams, though. If they collapse, we got a great chance of actually making the playoffs. That's the Bills and Pittsburgh. So we'll keep our eyes on those 2 teams and see how they do as well.
What a preview. The expert, the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans, is that man right there at TD Fins Talk. Dan Mitchell, are you excited for this game?
Excited about this one. I wouldn't go that far. I don't particularly think that this is going to be the game of the week by any stretch of the imagination. I do have the Miami Dolphins winning, though. With Tyler Shough, and that offense is so clearly on their way to a top 3 pick. And while I wouldn't even really give a lot of the blame to Tyler Shough this previous weekend because a lot of his running mates shot themselves in the foot, I have Miami winning this one at home I don't know, 31-21.
What we do?
All right. Well, that's game-breaking analysis. Colby.
Game-breaking analysis. Hey, man,
Fuck
look.
off, Richie. All right.
These are not very
What's the
good
breakdown in
teams.
this one?
These are not very good teams, but Miami is better than the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints are completely rocky. I mean, go ahead and ask TJ, our New Orleans Saints creator. He didn't think they were going to get a single win outside of their win a few weeks ago. And so for them, they're kind of in a place like the New York Jets are, where it's really just an evaluation of the season. You're going to go into the offseason, and this new regime is going to start constructing the roster the way that they want. They're 2-9. In terms of points scored, they're tied for 31st in the NFL, and points allowed, they're 22nd in the NFL. So they're not scoring points offensively, and they're allowing a decent amount of points from a defensive standpoint. And so I do think that the speed of Miami is going to be rough for New Orleans to keep up with. I'll be curious to see if Alvin Kamara plays in this game, because I know he went down with an injury in the last game, and I think that is a big piece for a rookie quarterback to be missing if New Orleans wants any chance at winning this game. So give me Miami in this game. I'm going to go 18-27.
Woo. Another game-breaking analysis. Yeah, man, this game is going to be one of the best ones of the week. I got the Miami Dolphins scoring around like 24, and I got the upset. Saints win 27-24. Now that's your analysis.
Yeah,
Game-breaking analysis.
Give us the real.
Game-breaking analysis right there.
He don't even do that.
Tyler Shook, man, gonna cook.
You serious, Richie?
You see what they look like?
Shook,
They're just they have that breakthrough. Taysom Hill.
I can't.
Come on, man. We got to get the Saints to win a game for the tank, TD.
You crazy, Rich.
And it's going to be this week. Let's go, Saints. Let's go, Saints. See what I mean? The chat knows. Who dat fam? We riding, baby. Who dat nation? We riding.
They got fans?
Yeah, they do. Let's get it. I mean, what do the Miami Dolphins have that's better than the Saints?
Everything.
They have a better wide receiver, the Saints. Chris Olave.
Better quarterback.
Better
running back. Better wide
Kamara.
Bro.
Better wide receiver. I mean, we're just better, man. We're a better team, period.
That's impressive. I'm not going to lie. Well, it's going to be hard for the Saints to lose this game because that's how, the Miami Dolphins are coming off a bye, and we'll see. But all jokes aside, Miami should win this game, and if they don't, that's going to be pretty interesting to see them not win that game.
Game-breaking analysis.
I want to hear Dan's breakdown of this one right now. Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And let me just say to the Miami Dolphins fans that are already like, dude, I can't stand this guy. Richie's insufferable, dude. Relax. It's a joke.
Chill for a little bit.
You guys are going to win the game probably, man. All right. Oh, dude, the Jets are so bad, bro. Like, you have no right to talk. Really? I didn't know that. We sucked. Thought we were good. Thanks for reminding me. Dan, break it down. Really big game here. Is Aaron Rodgers coming back?
He should be, just based off of what Mike Tomlin said. He said that he's going to be ready to play on Sunday. So when I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is nowhere near compared to the defense that we played against Houston. They are struggling. They are old. Of course, you have TJ Watt, who needs to be a factor against this game. But as much as people aren't willing to admit it, and this Buffalo Bills offensive line is still typically pretty good. Not particularly to the defense, not this is a game where you get some of your wide receivers going. I think that this is a game where we could potentially see Dalton Kincaid back, which is going to be ideal. You can run against this team. And it's like, look, it's do or die for the Buffalo Bills right now. And one of my keys for this one is, again, okay, don't shoot yourselves in the foot. All right. Like, take the underneath stuff, utilize James Cook, take what the defense gives you. As long as we don't end up shooting ourselves in the foot and coughing up the football 2+ times, I think that we ultimately end up winning this game. Of course, on their side of the football, I like our secondary. Our secondary is one of the favorable units in the league. It's just our run defense, and it is also our pass rush, which is depleted at this point. I trust this Buffalo Bills team into beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Still going to be doing an in-depth analysis on Wednesday once I'm able to sit down with the film and sit down with the data. But at first glance, I have this Buffalo Bills team winning 30-28.
Sit down with the data.
32 points. Huh.
32 points. Wow.
All right,
32
TD, I
points
want
for
that
the
game breaking analysis.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am so excited about this game. When is it again, Dan?
Sunday at 1.
Oh, 1 o'clock. Man, I'm mad it's at 1 because I want my undivided attention on this one. Pittsburgh Steelers are about to beat the Buffalo Bills. Okay. I think Aaron Rodgers will play in this game because if he was trying to make that late push last week, I think he'll give it a go in this one. But here's the deal. Pittsburgh's defense is opportunistic. They fly around the field. You know, they give you all kind of looks. They make things tough. You know, Mike Tomlin team, how they do regardless. This is the game right here where Pittsburgh, I still think they're going to collapse on the season, but they're just going to bring Buffalo down with them. And the Buffalo Bills won't have enough to win this game. I don't think y'all offense are going to produce as much. Yeah, this defense is not as good as the Houston Texans, but that's not sitting here and act like they bad. Let's not sit here and act like they don't. The problem with them is they're hit and miss. But when they're hitting, they're hitting. And I'm telling you, there ain't no matchup on Buffalo's offense that says, oh, we got to worry about this, and this. There's just a Josh Allen, James Cook. Done. If everybody else want to beat us and Josh Allen can play hero ball, you're going to live with that. Okay, he beat us. He had an amazing MVP level day. But you better not for 1 second think that Josh Allen's not going to need an MVP day to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. That's what's going to happen, and he's not going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to deliver an MVP performance this week. The Steelers will beat them, and it will be a thriller. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to come down to the wire, 31-28, Pittsburgh. Where is this? This is in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. 31-28, Pittsburgh. I can't wait for 4 o'clock on Sunday. It's going to be beautiful, man. We're going to catch up.
And so the Bills are going to win.
That game might be over about 3:30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't wait to that post stream.
TJ Watt.
Yeah.
See what he did to Caleb Williams?
He just passed.
It's Caleb Williams, man. Who's not doing something?
That's his brother.
Caleb Williams is 8-3, mister.
Hey, dude.
Wins are on a quarterback stat, though. You're right. My bad.
All right, Colby, what do you got?
Hey, man, look, I'm looking at this game, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have really come back down to earth, and I think that this is a game that the Bills could get right in, and they absolutely need to get right in, because if you start dropping this game and then you drop that game against Philadelphia and then that game against New England, although they're dealing with a lot of injuries, I think that'll be a fun game. Like, that's not a guaranteed win for you in the slightest. And so then we do start talking about, are the Buffalo Bills really going to make the postseason? And I think Buffalo knows that too. It's really important for you to beat these AFC teams, especially a team like Pittsburgh that is in the running for the postseason. I think Buffalo understands that. I think they're going to be really, really upset with what has happened last week and just what's happened over the last couple of weeks with their inconsistency. So I am going to take Buffalo in this game, but I do think Josh Allen is going to turn the football over again. I think this is going to be a little bit uglier. I don't think that this is going to be a dominant win by multiple possessions. I don't think you guys are going to put up 30, 40 points, but I do think you guys will get into the 20s. I think TJ Watt will have a good game. The way that they disguise that defense, those guys on the defensive line, like TD said too, I mean, that defense for Pittsburgh is very, very opportunistic, and they only added pieces, at that deadline, and they added pieces like Kyle Duggar, right? And they got guys like Jabril Peppers in the offseason. So they got guys that are absolute ball hawks, and that's something that you do have to watch for, because I think if Josh Allen turns the ball over multiple times, you guys will lose this game. If he turns it over one time, then I think you guys can win this game. But I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. I'm going to say 27-21.
Wow.
Nice. Beautiful.
That was good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Analysis, Richie. Analysis.
That is game-changing analysis.
Game wrecking.
Game wrecking.
I'm sorry.
So I think this game is going to be a very entertaining one. And the thing that you're going to not like about this game is that you're walking into an environment. What is the one thing that Mr. Dan Mitchell is sitting up there and screaming that needs to be fixed? And what is the one thing that the Pittsburgh Steelers are known for? Anyone?
DK Metcalf.
Taking the ball away.
Turnovers. Getting the ball.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the most opportunistic defenses in the league. They've been that way. That's Mike Tomlin's brand.
Oh.
And now the Buffalo Bills are having some turnover problems. That's it, man. Like, that's game-breaking analysis, dude. Like, it really, that's it, dude. Like, it's as cut and dry. Dan Mitchell,
Buffalo.
4 losses the Buffalo Bills have. How many turnovers do they average per loss?
2.75.
Not specific.
Right?
We
and
round up.
And there's 7 wins. How many turnovers do they average around, you would say?
0.47.
I love how you just have that in your brain already.
And so I tweeted it earlier.
Wow, did you?
Of course he did.
I'm spinning narratives.
Let me guess,
narratives.
Correct
narratives, by the way.
Let me get the EPA, Dan.
Hey, man. Oh, don't
Dude,
get
what
the
is y'all?
EPA out.
Dude, what is y'all's beef like with data, bro?
Oh, no beef at all, Dan. We love the
Nah,
And so
dude,
I feel like y'all
talks.
hate on the data. You know what I mean?
Dan, we love the EPA, bro.
Nah,
I'm learning
data
from you.
speaks, which is why the data is
Data
as simple
speaks.
as the Buffalo Bills are walking into an environment they do not want to be in. They are struggling at one element, and they're walking into a team that is very good at turning the ball over. How many times did they get a turn? Like, that's why I brought up TJ Watt against Caleb Williams. The man manhandled that guy. He got a touchdown, I think. TJ Watt is going to be the guy to watch in this game to wreck this one. Josh Allen's going to have to overthink, where is TJ Watt? I got to worry about him. Jalen Ramsey. I think that's what it comes down to. Whether it's Rudolph playing, Aaron Rodgers playing, your offense is going to get, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is going to get their points. But the big question is Josh Allen going to turn the ball over? If he does not turn the ball over, he's going to be able to probably go out there and win this game. But, man, I think that Pittsburgh is going to win this one. I think the Steelers at home, they're going to win. They're going to remind everybody that they're back, especially if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. I think he's going to do enough against that Buffalo Bills defense. And I think that, the history of the Bills starting to turn the ball over is going to catch up with their opportunistic defense they got. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 24-20.
Game-breaking analysis.
Buffalo Bills. Look at that. It's 3-1. Love to see it. Let's move on.
Although, Dan, I think we all picked you guys to win last week, and that didn't go well. So,
But listen, who was the one? But listen, who was on the panel that sounded the most uneasy about it?
Me.
Your boy.
Wow.
I'm your boy.
Well,
Thanks, Dan.
Your boy.
You
Was very uneasy about the Texans game.
You thought the Dolphins and Saints was the game? Ooh, how about this one?
Kirko Chains, man. Future New York Jet. Kirko Chains.
Hey, man,
Future New York Jet.
we're going to get a bridge, but it ain't going to be Kirko, brother.
That's the bridge, baby.
Come on, man. We're going to get an athletic version of Kirk Cousins, a better version of him in the draft.
Michael Penix?
And no Mendoza. But listen, man, Jeff Ulbrich revenge game coming to MetLife. We'll welcome you back home, Mr. Jeff Ulbrich. It's going to be an interesting game for the Jets. They got a pretty solid offense. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. I don't know if Drake London, what his injury situation is, but he's a very good receiver that I hope plays because I want to see how our rookie corner lines up against him because he cooked sauce earlier in the season. So I think that this is going to be a fun game to see how the Jets bounce back. The Jets have the next 4 games the Jets have are actually winnable. So I think there's a chance the Jets win, especially with the Dolphins coming up. The Jets are facing off against the Dolphins, and we're going to be at that game. If you guys want to come through, please feel free. The link is in the description, folks. If you guys want to come watch Jets-Dolphins football. The Jets got the Falcons, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, and then the Jaguars. Like, those are 4 games that you can say are winnable. The Jaguars are the only team in that conversation that's actually you can say are good, and the Jets are bad. So I'm curious how the Jets look in these next 4 games. And I think they're actually going to win. I really do. I think that the Jets at home, they're going to win a game that's going to piss off half of the fan base that we won a meaningless game. The way I operate is simple. I mean, I've been saying I'm on record. Winning for wins and losses has 0 impact on what happens on the football field. So why not surrender to what happens and you will not drive yourself mad. Just look at the draft when the week 17 is wrapped up. You see where you're drafting. Then you talk about mock drafts. If you just worry and be whining and crying about wins and losses, it's just going to drive you mad. All right. Be more mindful. At least that's just how I do it. Because if I worry about this, worry about that, I will drive myself crazy. I root for the wins because rooting for losses has 0 impact on the field. So hopefully the Jets can go out there and get the job done at home against the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm curious to see if guys like A.D. Mitchell against A.J. Terrell has a good game. Does John Mechie continue his production? Does his defense take a step up against an offense that has a lot of weapons, a really good offensive line as well? There's a lot of pieces on this Jets team I'm excited to see continuously get better and better as the season goes on. And we shall see what they look like. But give me the Jets winning this one in a 25-21 action at home, baby.
Richie, how many times have you picked the Jets to lose this year?
To lose?
Yeah.
Just against Miami.
I picked them to lose 9 times.
Man, you
9
come on
times?
here.
That's no cap, dog. No, you ain't.
I had them losing to, every team.
Man,
No,
he
you
probably
did no.
picked them to
Did you
lose.
pick them to
Buffalo
lose
Bills
once
was
this year?
2,
Wait, did you pick them to lose once?
Let me see. Let me go. Let's see the schedule. Let's see here.
I don't know if you have. I think Richie, you
Oh,
might have
yeah.
picked your Jets to win every
You've been
game so far this
literally
season.
wrong about it.
Nah, I didn't. Nah, man. Listen, I had the Jets losing to the Bucks on the road. I had the Jets beating the Dolphins in Miami. That didn't happen and then I had them losing to the Cowboys. And then in London against the Broncos, I think I predicted them to lose. And then I had them beating the Panthers. Didn't get that win. So I was wrong about the Panthers game. And then I had them beating the Bengals. They beat the Bengals. Had them beating the Browns. They beat the Browns. And I had them beating your Patriots, Colby. I had them pulling off the upset. I will admit it was more like willing it into existence and hopeful. I didn't really have that much optimism in happening, but I did pick them. And then this week against the Ravens, I did not pick the Jets to win against the Ravens. I did not.
You didn't pick the Jets. I got to go back and look at the film.
All right, go back to the film. Maybe I'm forgetting.
Looking at the film, baby.
Should I not pick my Jets against the Falcons?
We do a
All
film
right,
review.
Dan, what does the EPA tell us about the game?
What do I got to know about Kirk OJ?
Come on, Dan.
Where does he rank on the data chart?
Yo, what do you want to know? EPA, baby. I got it all. I got DVOA.
I know JJ McCarthy has the worst EPA
I got
in NFL
CPOE,
history.
baby. What do you want, man?
What it all, Dan?
Tell me.
Give me
The
every single
Jets are
metric about the
very
game.
bad. The Jets are very, very bad. As
Fair
far as last week,
Screw
their best
EPA then.
performance, though, offensively all season, surprisingly enough, was one of their best performances all season, minus that first game against Pittsburgh week 1. It's tough to say. So you have a brand new QB, or with Kirk Cousins going into his 3rd start now, looked good last week. For me, I have Atlanta winning this one. It sounds like Drake London's not going to be out there. And while this defense over in New York did look promising last week, I don't know. I have the Jets winning this one too, surprisingly.
This sucked you right back in.
I have the Jets winning this one too, surprisingly enough.
You're drinking the John Mechie juice.
I am going to drink it. They have a great pass rush over there. I trust the Jets' offensive line. Tyrod's now playing competent football. He's going to be able to throw the ball around a bit. I think that this is also a really good game for Breece Hall. Yeah. Close game, but give me the Jets 30 to
30.
No, never mind.
Yeah, we're getting 30, bro. 80 Mitchell breakout party.
No, you're not. 20 to 13 Jets.
Why is he shaking his head like we're not like actually
20 to 13 Jets.
Are we over here trying to give the Jets hope now or something? Man, stop. They about to get blasted by Atlanta, okay?
You said the same thing probably about the Ravens, TD. We get blasted. Everyone said every week we're going to blast it. We haven't got blasted since the beginning of the year, brother.
Man, blasted is lost, okay? You finna lose. Stop the
We
count.
don't get no blasted.
Don't act like this ain't the New York Jets, okay? Don't forget, they are a bottom 5 team in the NFL. They're down there with the worst of the worst, okay? Let's get that straight, and let's not debate that, all right? Listen, the Atlanta Falcons, they're still a good team. They just haven't been able to put it all together. I believe that, wait, is this in New York or in Atlanta?
It's in New York City.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so it won't be, I mean,
Well,
they'll
maybe not New York City, but
so
You can see the stadium from there. You
Jersey.
can see the skyline.
you can see
the
stadium from
They'll fight, okay? The Jets will fight. They'll make it a game, but Atlanta ultimately will win this game. When you really look at it, this is the only problem with Atlanta. They're so hit and miss. Like some games they look like one of the dominant teams in the league. Then the next game they look bad. But they could look bad against the Jets and still be all right. That's just the truth. I think everybody need to come to that realization. You can look bad against the Jets and still win the game. So you got to ride with Atlanta. You can't pick the Jets to win no game in this league unless they playing the Saints, and I don't even know about that. So let's just call it what it is. Atlanta's the better team. The Jets are trying to figure it out on the go. Tyrod gives you a better chance. You'll be more productive with him. But y'all are rebuilding, man. There's zero expectation. I wouldn't pick y'all to be nobody. But
I cannot wait to see the face of when the Jets beat you at MetLife when we're out there.
Why you skipping weeks, Richie? Why you can't?
Because I just can't wait to beat y'all. I just can't wait to see it on your face. The look on your face when you realize we lost to the Jets.
He's looking forward to a game 3 weeks from now against an up-and-coming potential wild card.
Up-and-coming?
Yes.
What the heck have you done? You haven't beat nobody. The Bills, that you're excited about beating that team?
Yeah, that's
Who else
right.
have you beaten?
That's right.
Who else have you beaten?
Whoever on our schedule that gave us our 4 wins.
4 wins.
Else on our schedule.
We only have 2 left.
It's 4 now, but in 3 weeks it'll be 7.
Up and coming is the craziest thing you've ever said out of your mouth. You don't even believe that. Go back to TD Pins talk.
Not up and coming as the team is up and coming. I'm talking about our record is up and coming. Because we're going to rattle off about 4 wins in a row.
You ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, we are. We just got to run into the Bucks, and maybe they on the decline too. Then the Patriots, last game of the season, I'm telling you, that Patriots game might be to get us to 10 to get in.
You're not getting in with 10.
You're only winning that game if we're resting our starters.
But Kobe, don't act like y'all that much better than us now. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Okay, whoa. You say they're the best team in football.
See what I'm saying?
They are the best team in football, but it ain't that much better than us.
You're in the 20s, bro. The Dolphins are in the 20s.
I don't realize this. We started the season with a whole bunch of injuries.
Oh, wow. The Patriots are more injured than y'all, and they're 10-2. I don't want to hear it.
Listen, they're a great team, but we ain't going to sit here and act like, oh, they just dominate us now. They know what time it is. They got that win on us.
We beat you in Miami. We always play you a whole lot easier in New England.
Ooh, Kobe, you better be careful, Kobe. You better be careful,
Am
Kobe.
I wrong?
Man, Kobe, let's be careful, Kobe. Y'all are a good team. But if y'all need that win in the last week and we playing 100%, I believe we can get you.
Why would we need
No, you
it?
don't play well. We beat y'all week 18 last year when you needed it.
Richie, our season was over. If we need it,
beat y'all when you needed it, bro.
No, that was because Denver
You needed to was throwing 3 interceptions.
Man, y'all will see, man. This is about Atlanta and the Jets. And Richie want to bring up the Dolphins. The Jets about to get pummeled. He know it. That's why he deflected to a game 3 weeks from now.
And even if we lose, it's like, all right. Yeah.
All right, well, look. The New York Jets are not winning this football game. The Atlanta Falcons have been wildly inconsistent, and so I don't blame Dan and I don't blame Richie for picking the Jets to win just because there is an opportunity for New York to win this game, but I just do not see it ultimately happening. All I've heard is Kirko changes in the game and the Atlanta Falcons offense this and the Atlanta Falcons offense that. Dog, they still got Bijan Robinson. Even if Drake London ain't there, they got Darnell Mooney. Man, they still got Kyle Pitts. They got enough offensively, and you're going up against a veteran quarterback who can beat you with his mind. It might not be physically the way he's going to beat you, but he's going to beat you with his mind. More specifically, what we're not looking at is the Jets offense against Atlanta's defense, which is a top 3 unit in the National Football League with the #1 ranked secondary in the NFL with one of the youngest, most ferocious pass rushes. That team can beat you with 4. That team is going to send blitz packages at you, being one of the highest blitzing defenses in the NFL, and they're going to get to Tyrod Taylor. Like I said earlier when we broke down these games, I said that the New York Jets got rid of Justin Fields to improve the passing game. But by doing that with Tyrod Taylor, you also got rid of a major threat in the running game. And now you're going to have to beat the #1 pass defense through the air without your #1 wide receiver. Look, I just don't see it happening at the end of the day. I think that defense for Atlanta is going to have them winning this game. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to say give me 23-17.
You know what, Colby? This is where my boy Adonai Mitchell proves he's a guy.
10 targets, 2 receptions, 25 drops. 80 Mitchell.
Hey, bro, he didn't drop a pass last week. It's progress. Well, that is your New York Jets versus Atlanta Falcons preview and predictions brought to you by RotoWire. Have you heard of RotoWire, Dan Mitchell?
I have certainly heard about RotoWire, folks. RotoWire, bar none, the number one player prop research tool on the market today. They literally hand wrap and gift you the locks for overs and unders on Sleeper each and every single day. It's not just NFL. It's also hockey over-unders. It's basketball over-unders, baseball when that season is in play. If you're taking your player prop parlay betting seriously, you have RotoWire in your toolbox. Guys, signing up with our code RTS gets you 15% off. You don't want to miss out. Shout out to RotoWire. Y'all
Thanks to RotoWire. We really appreciate it, man. And then to finish things off, we got a game on Monday night football.
Y'all Monday night, Cody?
Monday night. You got look at these records, bro. They're opposite. 10-2, 2-10. But unfortunately for the Patriots, Jackson Dart, baby, he's back for this one.
Giants, man.
Jackson
Dart's back.
He's going to be out for the third quarter when he decides to run face-head into
prime time Dart. You never know what prime time.
About to be throwing darts. Brian Burns about to be eating. Oh, he's about to be eating on that practice squad left tackle.
Don't worry. Even if we lose this game, Dan, we're 2 games on Buffalo. Even if we lose this, we're fine.
Damn.
Y'all not losing. Man, are we serious?
Yeah, Colby, that's until we come into Foxborough and take
and then you lose again.
Greatest story ever told, baby. It's on the way.
Every year it's the same thing, and every year it's the same story that's always told.
All right, so let's kick this off to the real Patriots breakdowner, the greatest Patriots fan on earth. TD, you can start it off since you are
okay. Let me set something straight. Okay, listen, chat. I'm not a Patriots fan. I can care less about the Patriots. There is nothing wrong with me acknowledging their greatness right now. Okay, I don't want to see the Patriots doing well, but they are. All right, I don't have to come up here and lie on the Patriots to make myself feel better.
Who's lying about the Patriots?
They are an elite team. They are the best team in the AFC and possibly the entire NFL. That doesn't make me, you're a Pats Glazer. It's just facts, man. It's facts. So I'm not going to sit here and try to attack the Patriots because they better than the Bills and the Jets.
And the Dolphins?
I'm not going to attack them because of that. No, I'm going to give them their credit, man. But go ahead, Colby. Break this.
So, TD, you have the Patriots, best team in the NFL. Are they your Super Bowl champion?
Right now, I have them going to the AFC Championship game.
If they're the best team in the NFL, why would they lose that game? Then?
Yeah, because even right now they're the best team in the NFL. They get in the playoffs. It's 1 game elimination. You can't hiccup. This team still got to prove some stuff under Vrabel. They're exceeding expectations right now, which is amazing. But I like them as the favorite right now. But in the playoffs, I'm just going to go as far as them making it to the champ. They're going to have a first round bye if they keep this up. So remember that. All they got to do is win 1 game after that, and they're in the championship. So let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. I have them in the AFC Championship, and rightfully so.
Well, you heard it here first. Dan Mitchell is excited for this one on Monday Night Football. Hate Watch on Dan Mitchell's YouTube channel if you guys want to watch his reaction to it.
Hey, I hate watch it. I'm not going to lie. I'm on a hate watch party.
I love your hate watch because it never turns into anything.
well, you know what? I never streamed a hate watch. So,
well, you can stream a Glaze watch if the Browns are playing. Like TD's going to watch. Shador play-by-play reaction.
A Glaze watch. I'm not even particularly sure who I will Glaze watch. I have.
Dan's on that Buffalo Bills Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah. See, the Buffalo gonna lose this week. It's proof right here.
All right. Well, Colby.
I guess I'll take this one over. Look, this is going to be the Injury Bowl. That's what we're going to be calling this one. Prime Time Injury Bowl. New England Patriots. No Milton Williams. No Jared Wilson. No Will Campbell. We'll see if Brendan Schooler is there from a special team standpoint. We'll see what the injury report looks like. Obviously, this is going to be a Monday game like we alluded to. The injury report has not come out for either of these teams, so who's going to be playing is a little bit difficult right now But from the Giants standpoint, we obviously know Jackson Dart hasn't played, I believe now over the last 2 games. He is expected to return from this one. We'll see how that injury report does shake itself out. Cam Scatterbo, obviously not going to be playing in this one. Malik Neighbors, obviously not going to be playing in this one. My biggest concern is definitely going to be the New England Patriots offensive line against that New York Giants pass rush, which is absolutely ferocious. Secondary is absolute buns, but they're making up for it with that pass rush. And so I do believe that Josh McDaniels will find strategic ways offensively to scheme up the Patriots' injuries over on that left side of the offensive line. I don't think this is going to be a situation like it was last year where, Vidarian Lowe and Ben Brown are inconsistent in large part due to an offensive coordinator not knowing how to utilize them and scheme around this. This is one of the best offensive minds in all of the National Football League in Josh McDaniels. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty. I think the pressure will get to Drake May at times. He might even turn the football over. But I do believe that Josh McDaniels will find ways to make this O-line look better than it is overall in totality. And I think in large part that's going to be chip blocking. I think in large part that's going to be quick passes, getting the football out quickly. I can see this being another big game for Hunter Henry. I think this could be another very big game for Stephon Diggs, just getting your reliable security blankets, moving the chains, and getting down the field. Thing about Jackson Dart is that you just have to make sure you keep him in the pocket. Now, a lot easier said than done. This guy loves contact, and he's coming back from an injury. And so is he going to be a little bit scared of that contact? Are they trying to coach him out of avoiding that contact? That is ultimately to be determined. Patriots do have issues with quarterbacks getting outside of the pocket, but what they do have is good cornerbacks. They do have a good secondary. And without Malik Neighbors, there's really nobody from a receiving standpoint that I'm scared of on the New York Giants wide receiver core. And so the running game, this should be a game where the Patriots get back to their identity. They stop the run game. They force Jackson Dart to get outside the pocket, beat them through the air. And I do like the Patriots odds from that standpoint. Looking at the New York Giants numbers, they're 13th in points scored. So Jackson Dart does have them driving down the field and scoring points, but they're also going up against a top 10 defense in the New England Patriots in terms of top 10 defense in points allowed. When it comes to the New York Giants and their defense, they're ranked 31st in the NFL in points allowed from a defensive standpoint. So this is going to be another game where Drake May and that top 5 scoring offense is going to have to produce. At the end of the day, I trust the New England Patriots to score more points at Gillette Stadium than I do the New York Giants. So give me the New England Patriots in this game. I am going to go 28-24. That's all. Go Pats.
Woo!
Wow, another close game for the New England Patriots. I'm just kidding. I have the Patriots winning too with a very similar score. Very concerned about your left side of the offensive line, though. I do think that you're going to be having a hard time. And so I think that this might be one of Drake May's worst games with this year because that pass rush is for real. It's one of the few redeeming factors of that team. With Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, it's going to be tough, but I think that the Patriots do enough to win.
Yeah, I really do have them winning this game, but a lot easier. I think this is going to be a coasting game. I think they're going to beat them big. Yeah, the pass rush can get there, but they can alleviate that just with extra protection. I think New England, this is one of those, I don't want to say get-right games because you won last week, but it was a rough win. This is the one where you feel like you're in control again without question, and you beat the Giants. This is in New England, if I'm not mistaken. Giants have to travel. Patriots run. Y'all got to get to the run. Y'all got to make that consistent. Ramondre coming back. I'm not sure how you feel about that, Colby, but are those tires kicked? I mean, I don't. Is it him? Is it the line? What is it? What's going on with Ramondre?
It's both. The line hasn't been great, but based off, look, he's coming back from a toe injury, so maybe that's part of it. But first game back last week, and it felt like every time contact was there, he went down. And he's supposed to be the thunder to the lightning that Travion Henderson is. And when you're the Thunder, you're supposed to be able to run through a brick wall, stiff arm a guy, break tackles. And right now, he's just not doing that.
Look at that. I mean, you talk about thunder, lightning. I mean, is there a better Patriots person on the internet than Colby Cochran? No, there's not.
I would like to think no.
Wow, bro. You are just hyping us up, brother.
Y'all win.
Especially you, Dan Mitchell. I mean, you talk about Bill's Mafia. You think of Bill's Mafia, you think of Dan Mitchell. Go ahead, G.
I know, baby. Look at that.
27-10.
27.
I got the New York Giants with a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. and then the Patriots are going to end up winning 23-10. That's going to happen. And then it was like, whoa, Jackson Dart. Everyone's going to be like seeing Jackson Dart dancing. You're going to see on social media. It's going to be, oh my gosh, Jackson Dart and his return. And then they just start playing complimentary football. Jackson Dart fumbles. Drake May plays well. And then they win and they improve to 11-2. They're going to cruise into this playoffs, man. I mean, I know that the Patriots have some tough games coming up eventually, don't they?
They have coming out of so this is their final game before the bye week. Coming out of the bye week, it's Buffalo in New England and then the Ravens. And then after that, it's the Jets and Dolphins.
Wait, so your bye week's after this game?
Yeah.
I didn't realize our event is in 2 weeks, TD.
Yeah.
If you guys want to buy tickets,
you guys want to get your tickets, look at the description.
Fire sale.
Fire sale. Everything must go.
Yeah, about that. But listen, this is going to be the Patriots going to win. The Giants are going to start fast. The Patriots going to make the adjustments, and they're going to come out on top with the W and improve to 11-2 at the bye. And even if you lose this game, guess what? It's really not going to hurt you unless you're really looking at that first seed. So I got the Patriots winning in this one.
And that reminds me, if you want to go to the Miami Dolphins versus New York Jets in 2 weeks, the link is in the description of the video. Get your tickets now. It includes on-field access after the game. It also includes the tailgate admission to Gotham City, food and drinks included. And you'll be sitting with us to enjoy the game on the beautiful New Jersey day. Let's go.
Hey, man, link is in the description. I mean, listen, Patriots fans, I know you're watching. It's your bye week. I know you want to enjoy your bye week by coming over to the Jets-Dolphins game and hang out with us, right? That's what Patriots fans want to enjoy their bye week for, right?
Let's go.
Come on, man. Pull up. What are we waiting for?
Man. Pull
right
up.
Here, man. You get free tickets free access to the field after the game. You're going to hang out with us. I mean, $190. I mean, it's pretty much of a bargain. Come through, man. Jets debuting their rivalry uniforms. You're not going to want to miss this. Tickets are on sale now. They've been on sale, and it doesn't seem like anyone is interested. But hey, it's all good. The Rams are clearly by far the best team in the NFL right now. TD's tripping as usual, and the AFC is a lot more wide open than the NFC. It's all right, man. He's a Glazer.
Not by far, nothing. They're having a good run with some.
No, they're not. I saw someone say that Matthew Stafford is by far the favorite for MVP, and it's just like MVP is not a statistical award. Look at last year. If it was a statistical award, then Lamar Jackson would have got it. There's a lot of context that goes into that award, and he has Devontae Adams. He has another MVP co-runner in Puka Nacua. If you look at Drake May, what the heck does he have? A 32-year-old wide receiver coming off of an ACL? That's his wide receiver one? Like, hey, come on.
Tailgate is at Gotham City. Crew, pull up, baby. The information on where the ticket is at where the tailgate's at is after you buy your tickets. Come through, baby. Jets, Dolphins. You're not going to want to miss it, bro. You're not going to want to miss that. All right, let's get into some. Hey, it's not going to be a toilet bowl when the Jets flush those Dolphins down the toilet. We got Lascelles. Oh, Lascelles.
What's good, guys? What's good?
What's good, buddy?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I just wanted to spend my time because I was trying to get into the fourth and forever crew because I know I used to do this a couple of years ago. TD, you say that you're a Celtics fan. He jumped off. You say that you're a Celtics fan. Let me make sure that you remember. Who leads your team all time in rebounds?
I'm not sure.
Guess.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
TD, we went over this already. You already forgot the answer?
But the Jets, the Jets are probably not going to be
that's better than Michael Jordan.
That's
rings.
That's fine. That's fine. Like we're in evaluation mode. It is what it is. But we are going to beat the Dolphins.
Well, Lascelles, I hope we beat the Dolphins too. And it's crazy that we keep exploiting this fraudulent Celtics fan. Well, let's bring in a real Celtics fan up next, Mr.
First
Park.
of all, I became a Celtics fan the year Rondo.
Rondo.
Say, man. Look here, TD, bro. Stop. Look here, TD. You ain't no Celtics fan. Hey, man. Hey, you know what? I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not going to entertain it from a Heat fan. I'm not going to entertain it. Okay, Kobe, you can stop that. Kobe, I present you as one of these 5%. Kobe, you can stop that. Ramondre sucks. He's trash, bro. It's just like when the Monstars on Space Jam was taking all those players' talent. His talent got took as soon as he signed the contract. He sucks, bro. He's trash. Get him. He's trash, bro. He's probably the worst running back on this roster, and that's a fact. We need to draft, go this offseason, let him walk and go get a running back in free agency or draft one. He sucks, bro. He's trash. Bob Mitchell.
Yes.
What? Bob Mitchell, why do you come on here instead of lie to our kids? Do you see how scary you sounded? Talking about that you want the 5th seed now, the 5th and the 6th seed now. All of a sudden, then you're going to talk about that you don't want to play Baltimore. What you scared of? You scared week 1 was a fluke? You scared last year was a fluke when you beat them? What you scared of?
And so it's tough to beat a team twice.
Oh, okay. That's what you is. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all scary. We not. We don't care who it is. We want to play anybody. If we get beat, we just get beat. It is what it is. See, Dan Mitchell, you know it's going to be over. And I told you this, and I'm going to go and I'll say this. I told you this, Dan Mitchell, after y'all lost. I have never seen a quarterback win the MVP and go completely away from what won him the MVP the next year. I have never, ever saw that.
I'm trying to tell people.
It's just that, like I said, I feel like Josh Allen still is the best quarterback in the NFL. But TD is right. Sometime when TD is right, he's right. Y'all need to stop asking Josh Allen to put so much on his shoulders. Stop doing that to him. And you need a hybrid linebacker and you need a pass rusher. That's what you need. And I because Bernard, oh my Lord, have mercy. Like I told you, Ed Oliver, he covered up for your small linebackers. You need a bigger linebacker. You need some more linebackers. Like I say, your secondary is kind of good, except when you get injured and Tre'Davious White comes in there. He sucks. He's washed, man. You know I'm not lying, Dan Mitchell. But stop lying to our kids, Dan Mitchell. Stop lying. Stop being scary. Just take who you got to play, Dan Mitchell. Stop talking about you want to play the Jaguars. Stop doing that. Making AFC East look bad. And I'm out of here, fellas.
Shout out Parks, man. Yo, y'all should bring back Kyer Elam, man. He just got let go from the Cowboys. There you go.
First Kyer Elam, then Keon Coleman. Who's going to be the next first source early second round?
And so I'm going to be making a TikTok about all the Bills fans that roasted me in my comment section when I made that video during the summer, how Keon Coleman was a bust. Oh, we're going back to that, man. Oh, man. I looked at the comments the other day and it was pretty. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. I started replying to
like Robert Saleh pulling them out. Well, folks, that's going to have to do it for your favorite show on the internet, the AFC East Roundtable. You know that, that's called Inception. That's right. This is your favorite show. You watching, this is your favorite show. So we appreciate you watching your favorite show. I got to run. Dan's got to run. Colby's got to run. TD already ran. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another edition. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, folks. We appreciate you all as always, and we'll see you next time. We're very thankful for all that you guys do for this channel. All jokes aside, without everybody tuning in every single Monday and Wednesday and every day on Fourth and Forever and all the shows that Colby hosts and Z-Bod and Jesse, everything we do here at Roundtable Sports is not possible without you guys. We're very thankful and grateful to have such an amazing community here at Roundtable Sports, and all starts with you guys hitting the like button, supporting the sponsors, subscribing, commenting, getting crazy in the chat. All that really means a lot to us, folks. So happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.